What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I sure as well enjoy it. Why not? I'm single, no kids, no other responsibilities besides put food on the table, pay my bills, and hopefully, fingers crossed, get to go on this surprising trip. I really hope so. So, what gets me motivated? Well, there's nothing that gets me motivated. I'm just happy that it's another year gone by without any surprises, any hardcore obstacles like 2024. I am going to say this is now a 1 year of a mgtow lifestyle. I'm not going to lie. I began the mgtow process last October after I broke up with my ex, and now it's November. It's a year anniversary, even though it was 2 weeks since the last time. Well, basically, the last days of October, that's when I broke up and decided that enough is enough. Why go back to dating if it brings me a lot of trouble? So here's the take. It doesn't mean I dislike women. I do love women. I wish I could find the beautiful women that I always dreamed of, but that's not a reality anymore. When you're a short king, unattracted, sub 5. See, I don't know for sure if I'm considered sub 5, high tier normie. Everybody has a different opinion. I've been getting good compliments by females. It doesn't mean that I believe it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't know if they truly mean it or they're just trying to be, we call it, civilized and give me compliments for being a good gentleman. Who knows for sure? I will never know. I have dated before. I only asked one individual in the manosphere of the black pill that if he could rate my face. 'Cause, when I used to have my TikTok, he said 50-50. Who knows? But I don't really care. I honestly don't really mind one bit. I'm 31. What can I really crave for anyway? Because honestly, relationships are a little bit of a big responsibility. Not only you have to commit to one person, but you really have to make sure that once you bring this person into your life, into your living space, you're going to have to deal with a lot of issues. So let's get to it. What was the issues when I was dating? Coming to an agreement about specific things that you enjoy, like working out. Like my routine is yoga, workout, boxing. Oh, don't get me started with boxing. Boxing was one of these bigger issues that my ex had with me. She didn't like me boxing. She liked me doing MMA. She claimed that I'm hurting myself. I am damaging my... For her, I was beautiful. I don't know if that's true or not. I can't really say she was someone that I could really trust her opinion because we were both not in the upscale of the beauty standards. But what can we really do about it? I don't know for sure if this is going to be but I don't care. I don't really care. So honestly, she said, she really disliked me boxing, hurting myself, getting this particular discipline that requires, tolerance to pain. And another issue is eating healthy. I always wanted to strive to eat better, to really have a very clean system, be fit, be well educated. And for her, it was, just being at the house, sitting down, watching some Netflix shows, cuddling, making out. And before you get to tell me, no, I'm not black pill, no, I'm not, I'm not a black pill channel. Yes, I do believe that the black pill has a lot of truth to, when it comes to the aesthetic beauty and the genetics. That's where I can really agree on. But just because I had a girlfriend, it didn't guarantee that I'm a chat or anything. Before someone makes this video or twists my words, all my girlfriends were not considered Stacy's, just to let you know. I'm not going to dehumanize them because, for some odd reason I date them. I have my reasons to. So going back to that relationship, technically sitting down watching Netflix, she just wanted to munch on snacks that were considered high sodium, high calories, high sugar. What else? Just in general, everything. She had a very, low self-esteem, even though I never really believe it. Because if she really was low self-esteem, I end up discovering that my last ex, this is the last ex, she had a streaming application, and she used to be a streamer back in the day. So that really ticked me out, because that was like, she lied to me. She is just trying to be low self-esteem for a narcissistic reason. She wants to manipulate and try to take control of the situation. So there you have it. This is a particular inside look of what is to deal with a relationship, or what do you have to deal with. So really enjoy your single life, man. There's nothing else that we can really do. And before you tell me, oh, it's because you already had a girlfriend. No, I understand. I'm not going to tell you don't date. I'm not going to tell you stop dating. That's not my role in this channel. The only thing I'm going to tell you is just be aware of who you bring into your life. Have your ground firm and stern. Try to have your dignity, and just study the person, because it's very difficult. My last ex was a disastrous year for me, 2024. And now that here's a funny intake. This is how sad this society is, this reality of life. I always try to be the gentleman that I've been taught to be, this, educated, or try to be civilized as much as I can, and try to be the good guy. Because honestly, I was always been told that from a Disney perspective, that I should be this, Prince Charming, whatever, typical non-existent lifestyle. And I'm still single. I never got the dream girl. I never had a girl offer me marriage or anything. I always had to do the talking. I always had to do kind of like the approach. And my ex, you guys would have guessed, since last year, since we broke up, and this is not really like, I don't know for sure, because I have stopped dating. But so last week I was scrolling through my Facebook as I was trying to look for specific posts from history. I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but I was scrolling, and one thing I particularly forgot to do was block my ex on Facebook, which I kind of didn't, because I blocked her on other social media, because we were already communicating on Facebook. But I forgot she was still on there, and I saw recently that she got married. And this shows you that society is in a different dimension. This is not a very particular good person. In my opinion, this ex, she had a very bad vibe. But it's life. I really feel bad for the individual person that married her, because I really hope he got to know her. But I think it was like, holy cow, like, this person got married, she found another person in 2 months after the breakup. And I don't really mind. Like, I'm not saying this out of jealousy or envy. I'm just like shocked how soon she was able to find someone else. And now, we're easily replaced. We can be replaced as soon as possible. And another thing is, is technically, I'm just happy that the chapter is over. 2026 is coming. No, I'm not excited for the new year. I'm just excited that I got to do some things yesterday that I never would have thought. And that's a particular career, which I'm not going to say, because I'm not trying to have any bad energies, because, I don't know who's been attacking my channel. But once you're trying to achieve something that you never thought, go for it, strive for it. Who cares? I have nothing else to lose for. I only have my bills. I only have myself, and that's it. I don't have to really rely on having children, or having a wife to feed. I just gotta feed myself, pay the bills, and have somewhere to sleep. And next thing you know, if I am successful, hopefully, fingers crossed, because I don't know, I could be either on the receiving end of failure or success. But yesterday was a demonstration, that another glimpse of what I can build if I work for it. Yes, it's going to have to work 5 times harder, because us exes males, we are kind of like not considered, I don't know if luck even exists, but we're not lucky. But anyway, so I don't know, that's what I have for you guys today. It's a short video, but I'm just excited that it's a year anniversary from the last breakup. Decided not to date and work on things that I needed to work on, getting those fixed, and now done some pretty, I'm not saying that I did it, obviously I had some instructor, I had an instructor that guided me, but I'm like, holy cow, a little glimpse. And if I really work for it, and maybe I can achieve it, I really hope so, fingers crossed, because this world is always giving us a lot of obstacles. But if you have something that you can potentially be successful, go for it, man. That's the only thing we have, man. We have nothing else. So you guys take care. You have a good day and peace out.